What is up, folks? This is Brisbane from Brisbane Gaming, and we are back with a special episode of 7 Days to Die Mods. This is our top 10 server-side mods. These are the top 10 mods that Lunabug and I have been playing with all throughout Alpha 21. And to kick it off, at number 10 is the Add Water Filter by Pobby. And what this mod does is allows us to craft the water filters at the workbench as soon as you can unlock it. So as soon as you get level 10 of the workstations, you can actually start crafting water filters. And you see what it takes. It takes 5 scrap polymers, 2 paper, 5 cloth, 5 crushed sand, and 20 cotton to craft. Now, the reason we like this mod versus some of the other ones you can craft straight out of the gate as soon as you unlock the ability to craft the water or the dew collector, period. We like this version because it's a little bit more gate kept with the whole you have to get level 10 to unlock the workbench before you can craft it. So it kind of balances out the lack of resources required to craft it, because by the time you have the level 10 crafting the workbench and stuff like that, you shouldn't have any issues with dew collecting and stuff like that. You should be able to have a couple dew collectors. So I like it. You see it takes 10 seconds. It's going to craft out. It's going to spit out. And, you know, we can sit there and craft as much as we want. Like it just because of that. I like the ability to craft water filters without having to constantly go buy them from the traders. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright, folks, so the previous mod actually rolls into this mod, and it is the Merged Dew Collectors by Kool-Aid. And fantastic way to spell the name, by the way. But it's really cool because it takes it so if you have a bunch of the previous mods crafted water filters, you can actually craft better dew collectors. So as you keep crafting water filters, once you've got 3 dew collectors, you can craft a ×3. So instead of having 3 dew collectors spread out that only are going to give you a small amount of water, you have one compacted one that's going to give you 3 times the amount. And then once you have 3 ×3s, you can craft a ×9. So you see it takes 3 seconds to craft each one. And we already have some down here. So we have a ×9 dew collector right here. So I'm going to show you. So it shows a water ×9 bundle. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. And then when I open it, it's going to give us ×9 water. And again, here it's not full yet. It takes a really long time for these things to fill up. But you see, there is a visual representation between the two. You have just the normal level 1 one here, and you see how it looks. You have the level 3 one here, which, you know, you see the ×3, but also at a visual glance, it's white. And then on the ×9, it's yellow. I really like it because besides being server side, it compacts everything down. You're getting double the value, and you don't have to have a ton of water purifiers or dew collectors out somewhere. They just sit there, they do their thing while you're out and about, and instead of having a big field of them you have to worry about protecting, you can just double up on them. And then especially with the previous mod, it makes it even easier to get them. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright, folks, so this next mod is the super cool Oaks, Pets, Animals, and Guards by Aramis, Oak Raven, Dayhawk, Dre, and other people who've contributed. And it has been one of our favorite mods since we found it back in Alpha 18, I think. Alpha 19. It's been a long time. We've been playing with this mod forever. We absolutely love it. And the reason why is because it gives us guards that we can play with, that you can find and loot, that you can buy. All kinds of cool stuff that you can throw out and play with. There's farming stuff that we're not really going to cover. The best thing about it is the guards. Those are the things that we love the most because they make the most fun in the game. So we have a Hellwolf down here. We have a Shale Dog. We have Dre, Leader, Jojo, Lizzie, a rabbit, and a dog. And then we have Lezebel, which kind of like a Jezebel. So again, you just kind of drop them down, and then you're going to have the characters pop up on top of them. So there's 1, 2, boom, boom, and then we're going to throw this one down as well. We're going to come over here on the other side and drop down, boom, oop. Hey, come on, boom, boom. I like the little bunny. The bunny is one of my favorites. You see? Now, we have a bunch of guards, and the reason we like it and stuff is, one, they can make Horde Nights a little bit easier, sure, but the best part about them is they can set around your base. If you have a person who likes to stay at base and do basey stuff like Lunabug likes to do, I'm typically the one going out and doing stuff. I have to drag her with me when we go fight zombies and things like that. She still likes it, but she likes doing stuff around the base, decorating and whatnot. So this lets her have protection because she's not the gamer that we are. If you play with someone like that, this is a great mod for that because it lets them still have some protection without you constantly having to feel like you're babying them or them feel like you're babying them and getting mad and starting a fight and stuff like that. So we're just going to spawn in a whole bunch of skateboarder ferals here, and we're going to let these guards have at it. Look at that bunny go, man. Look at the dogs. Over here, these guys are shooting from a good distance away. The dogs are getting in on it. Well, these dogs tearing them up. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that bunny over there getting something in on it. We're gonna go God mode real quick so we can see the bunny. I love the rabbit. Just absolutely shredding. Hey, why aren't you shooting? Too good to shoot a zombie? I love it. I love it for that. That's the thing that we use the most. Yeah, the farming and stuff we've shown off before. We're not going to show it off now. But the farming is fun, but really it's the guards that really just sell it for us because I absolutely love like having a bunch of rabbits and dogs and stuff like that around. They will get destroyed quick though on a horde situation, so unless you have them protected, they're going to get destroyed. Just be mindful of that. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright folks, so the next mod is the super cool hybrid learn by use action skills by Joe Slow-Mo, and again it's a mod that we've played with extensively since we found it because it brings back the old learn by doing. It is not as OP as the previous mod, or as the previous version where you just craft a bajillion and one stone axes on day one and then all of a sudden you can now craft max level everything. No, instead it just makes it so as you do actions you would normally do, you're going to get experience. So as we sit here and give these nice ladies a face hug, we're going to get experience towards our sledgehammer skills. Or if we don't want to do that and we want to sit here and smack them with the club, we'll get experience to clubs. Or if we come over here and we loot, you see it says diggy diggy hole experience plus 150. And you see we actually got stuff from the previous mods. We got pet pig, stuff like that. So it's going to go up the more you do actions you would normally do. You're going to get levels in things. If you're a miner, a digger, you want to sit there and dig, you're going to get digging experience. You're going to get all kinds of cool stuff for doing the things you would normally do. And that's why we like it, because as you're using these skills, as you're doing these things, that's the cool thing about it. You're going to be getting experience. You're going to be leveling these things up. That's why we really like these mods, because it's just a fantastic way of being rewarded for doing what you already do, but you can still put points in these other places to be getting, you know, skull crusher damage up. You also come to learn by looting. It's going to be, you know, it does kind of functionally the same thing. It's going to give you better, make you better at doing what you would normally do. That's why we really like it. It just makes everything so much better, makes the game feel more impactful, makes the actions you take more impactful because you become a specialist in what you're doing. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright folks, so this next mod is the super cool Any Zombie Can Scream by Big Zack on 'em. And the reason we love this is because the more active you are in an area, the better chance you have of something like that guy being a screamer. Because the way that the game interprets how a screamer spawns is based on activity, which is the heat map. When people say, you know, what's the heat map and whatever, they're talking about the amount of activity in an area. But it doesn't just mean the amount of zombies you've killed. It means anything. Are you harvesting resources a lot? Are you back and forth to workbenches doing stuff? It's not talking about physical heat from like fires and torches, though those can actually cause stuff to spawn because it does increase the actual literal heat, but it also increases the activity. If you've got stuff cooking and whatnot, it can increase the spawns. But this mod makes it really fun because as you're doing stuff, like if we were to go through and clear this house here, we have a higher chance of having a screamer spawn because one, we're killing a lot of zombies in the area, and two, the activity's high. So it's going to combine in, and any zombie that does spawn in to come investigate, we don't know if it's a screamer or not. We're not going to be able to tell because any zombie can scream. We're not going to have that visual representation of what a screamer looks like. We're just going to have, holy crap, something screamed. We've got 1,000 zombies. Oh my God, we're going to die. That's really all you get. But that's why we like it so much, because it is so fun to see what can happen when you play with this mod, because you don't know. You simply just don't know. You could be going through clearing a big ass POI like this, which is why I love it so much. And Wandering Horde or anything can walk by and have the potential to scream and ruin your day. And it makes it so much fun. It really does add a nice spice back into the game that I feels like it's been missing for a while. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright folks, so the next mod is the Arrow-Xbow ammo conversion by Elucidus, and the reason we love it is because, one, it's just a simple quality of life thing, but two, because early game and even kind of into the later game, I really enjoy using arrows and crossbows, but I don't always like crafting the ammo or scrapping something. So in an instance like this where, you know, you're up on something and you're looting, and let's say, oh wow, look at that, we found some crossbow bolts. So we can actually take these crossbow bolts and we can actually go to recipes, arrow, and we can actually craft them into arrows that we can use for our bow versus having to scrap the crossbows or the crossbow bolts. That's why this is a fantastic mod, because it really does help out early game when you're out and about looting something, especially if you're, you know, looting something you have no business really looting, like this big, you know, tower. If this was day one, we wouldn't actually be here. Sorry, it's just funny to me. Like I say, I wouldn't do this, but I don't know how many times I've actually played where I've done something stupid like that. But it's fantastic because, again, as you're just out and about looting, if you stumble upon an ammo pile and it's got crossbow bolts and you have a bow, or if it's got arrows and you have a crossbow, you can turn those into something usable for yourself. Even if it's stone arrows or stone crossbow bolts, if you don't want to use them because you're using iron or steel, it's still something you can make do with until you have a chance to craft better or something like that. It's just a nice little quality of life mod that we've enjoyed playing with all throughout Alpha 21. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright folks, so this next mod, as you guys can see, is the super cool Server-Side Zombies Plus by Aramis and Oakraven. And this thing is a fantastic mod that has been around for a long time, different iterations, different things have been added or taken away. But the reason we love it is because, one, you actually get two mods in one. So you get the server-side zombies, which this is not all the zombies it adds. If we actually pull up the list, you see how many zombies you get here. We don't have every one of them spawned in. There's just a good smattering so you can see. But you also get the server-side zombies plus starter kit. So when you open it, you see you get a double-barrel shotgun, some ammo, a leather hood, a helmet light, a mini bike, some gas, a pipe pistol, some ammo. So you actually get some stuff to help you on your way. But the best thing about it by far is the awesome creatures it adds. We have an Arlene here with an SMG, a machete party girl, a freaking reindeer called a pain deer with an axe on its head and a light on its nose. And then the light actually lights up. You can see the light flashing around. We have a killer bunny. We have a chicken, a battle chicken. We have a large zombie plasma vulture, a big ass snake, a bolt nurse, a baton cop. We have a stun baton hazmat guy. We have this dude here. Like, just everything about this mod is just fantastic, because some of these guys only spawn late stage or on horde nights, and we are in god mode, but watch what happens. We're getting swarmed. Some of these guys are going to start shooting projectiles at us. Come on, shoot projectiles. You have the guns. Why are you not? Oop, there it goes. You can hear him shooting. Look at that. Oh, somebody's about to blow up. Look at all those. Look at the projectiles shooting. One of them is shooting, but I can't tell which one. Oh, they killed the bunny and the chicken, so now they're eating. There they go. They're shooting. You see the rockets. It's just hectic like this. But again, that's why we absolutely love this mod, because it is just so fun on a horde night when you've got these guys coming at you and just absolutely wrecking shop. It is so fun. I love the stuff that it adds. The beginner stuff here actually does help out a ton, the starter kit, but it's really the zombies that are the pièce de résistance for this mod, because and we still have a vulture that didn't come down. But yeah, the zombies make this thing so much, because, you know, it's always nice to have additional types of zombies and stuff. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright folks, so the next mod actually ties to the previous, and it is the Alpha 21 server-side weapons by Aramis, Oak Raven, Snufkin, and other people who have contributed. And it's a fantastic mod that adds in 12 weapons and some whole new lootable stuff. Come on, dude, really? I'm talking here. Man, these people are so rude. But it adds in some new stuff. So it adds in a green loot box, yellow, red, and purple that you can craft with the tickets that correspond to the color. And to get the tickets, you have to loot high-end entities type stuff. So we actually can get a chance to loot them, or could have had a chance, sorry, to loot them from these red bags here because they're considered higher end entities. Or high-end loot crates, ATM safes, things like that. You can get tickets. And it all scales with loot stage. So the higher your loot stage, the better ticket you're going to get. Green loot crates aren't going to give the absolute best gear. But you can see if we open a few of them, we got a couple decent items. PP19 Bizon and a pole arm. They're still kind of considered low quality even though they are high level. But the thing about it really is just the super cool weapons that it adds. So we've got the Thor's hammer, the brain saw, the pole arm, the vampire gauntlets, which are my favorite, the PP19 Bizon, the Kronos, the new common, the quad shotgun, the savory, the not even try to call it Zeus, the Black Widow, the Vulcan, and the new common. And we can actually equip some of these so you guys can see what they do and how they look. So of course the Thor's hammer, a nice little electric hammer, and if I go third person so you guys can see what it looks like, it just looks really cool. I like the way it looks. And we can actually come around to the side a little bit so you can see the little lightning spark. There's the brain saw. Like that. This is the pole arm. Holding it like a bat, but it's actually just, nice little pole arm. There's the vampire gauntlets. And some of these items actually have special items when they, or not special items, special actions for them. Like with the vampire gauntlets here, once we get back into, we're actually going to go back into first person real quick. We're going to spawn in, do we want to spawn in something hard? No, we won't want to spawn in any of the plus stuff. Those guys are hard. We'll spawn in just a couple spiders over here that we can run up and punch in the face. And you see, we have a little counter there that's charging up. And that's not quite enough. So we're going to need a bunch more zombies, but I don't want to spawn in a whole bunch of those guys. So we'll spawn in a bunch of screamers. And then once it goes green, there we go. It makes a little sound. And then I'm going to let off God mode. And I'm going to hit, come on. So there we go. So we've taken some damage. I'm going to hit F, the flashlight key. And now as we punch, we're actually going to get health back from the zombies that we're attacking. And then the count is going to go down, and then it's going to wear out. Boom. You hear the noise, that means it's reset. And that's what's really cool about it, is some of these, and that's why the vampire gauntlets are my favorite, because you get high level, you can just sit there and functionally, you're never going to die. And then just, stupid ultra fast firing for some of these guns. Plus they look really cool too. Like, I like this one here. It's got a neat little look to it. Look at that. It doesn't look like the normal pistol, but it kind of sort of do. And then the quad shotgun. Hold a bunch of rounds. And then we can replace some of these items. Hey! Back up. There's that guy over there that shot us. We're gonna shoot him in the head from here. A-hole, come on. Let me shoot you in there. Look at the mods working together. There we go. You see the Black Death, or Black Widow, I'm sorry. It actually has two special arrows it fires, a red and a blue arrow. Then you have the Zeus. Oh, what happened? Well, that didn't happen before. That's weird. It makes me wonder if there's a conflict. There might be. Some mods don't play together very well. There it goes. It's like, there we go. I love the way this thing looks. It's just, I love the way these mods look. These weapons. It just looks really cool. But when you're in first person, you don't actually see how they look. You just see this. You don't see the rest of it. And that's why this one's one of my favorites too. Vampire is still my absolute favorite, but this one's just really nice because it goes into chain gun mode when you do that. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move over to the next mod. Alright folks, so at number 2 we have the awesome server side vehicles by Aramis, Snufkin, and Oakraven, and this is just some of the best looking vehicles in the game. Not only that, but they perform really well. You know what, it's a little early in the day, so we're going to kick it back to super late at night just so we can actually witness some of the coolness of these guys. So look at this one. Oh hey, come on. Oh, I need to give this thing gas, but I don't have any gas, so hold on, let me get some gas real quick. So we got some gas, so we're gonna gas this bad boy up. I love the fire looks. So if you turn off the headlights, the fire goes out. That's it on. That's the horn. I love it. I love the way this thing looks. It just looks so good. What's up, buddy? And having the spikes on this thing and actually running over zombies just, you know, kind of fits a little bit better in my head than the normal vehicles. And then we're going to jump on this one here. This is the Hellfire. This one actually has the fire on it, but it's not as bright until you turn it on. Probably not good to drive with a concussion. Come on, businessman. What's up, business buddy? Anybody else want a piece? Okay, we're gonna go jump on and hey, come on, get off the motorcycle. We got new stuff to show off to people. We got the Hell Dog here. Man, I wish the gun on the front actually would fire or even just like be a flamethrower, but it doesn't. Oops, sorry, dog. But it's still really cool to see. I like the just love the way that it looks there on the front. If this thing could fire, that would just be the bee's knees. It would be the tits. But it doesn't. But while we're here like this, I'm actually going to go ahead and get a little screenshot because it just looks so good. Look at that. Oop, almost ran into a wall. There's a little nursey lady there. But as you guys can see, these vehicles are cool. But not only do the vehicles look really good, we're actually going to freeze the AI here so I can actually cover some stuff. So some of these vehicles actually have multiple seaters. So I believe these two, the Hellhound and the Hellspiking, can seat up to 4. The Hellcart can as well, I believe. The Magic Bus seats 9. The Whirligig sits 3. The Shark Blimp doesn't sit but just 1, but it's a frickin' Shark Blimp. I mean, it's a blimp that's a shark. What is not to love about the Shark Blimp? It's a shark blimp. Oop, until you run into a pole. We're just gonna let that bad boy hover there for a second when we come over here. And like I said, the vehicles are really cool in and of themselves. The fact that, you know, they can see multiple people, they look really good, but just really overall, it's just super awesome, especially when you can have a dog pull you in your sled and it doesn't use gas, it just uses your stamina. We can get off and you saw how much it was just continuing to go. Come on, bad boy. There we go. Stop. Let's see. I can show you guys. It's storage space, same as a normal bike. It functionally really is a bike. It actually goes a little bit faster than the normal bike, though, which is kind of nice. All of these vehicles do as well go a little bit faster than their vanilla counterparts. But the way that they look is really the big seller for me and most people. And plus, you know, the functionality, if you're playing on a server with friends, you can have multiple people sitting in these things, which is always nice. Just absolutely obliterate that guy. I like that horn too. Just all in all, I mean, they look so good. They really do fit like a Mad Max theme too. There is a mod that we've not covered. It's more of a an overhaul because it takes place like in the outbacks of Australia. These vehicles would be fantastic in it if they're not already in there, because you know they fit the Mad Max vibe and theme. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and move over to the last mod. Alright folks, so we saved the best for last. We saved the one that we've been showing off constantly throughout the whole video, and it is the Aurora Ferry Hud Plus. And it's one that we've used. It's probably the only mod that we've used more or less non-stop throughout the entirety of our time, not just at Alpha 21, but in playing the game in general. As soon as I discovered this mod, it's been something we've used pretty much non-stop. The only time we're not using this mod is when we're showing off other HUDs. It is one of our favorite HUDs. It just, everything is just nice. We love the layout. We love the look, how everything sits. It's just kind of minimalist. It just sits nice and it's functional for us. It's something simple. It's a nice server-side mod that is not flashy. It's not in your face. It's just something that has the information we care about off to the corner at an easy glance away, but it also is not something that is super eye-glaring or we have to search and hunt for. That's all there is to say about it. Its epicness is in its minimalistness, or simpleness. I don't really know the proper way to say it with that one, but that's why it's one of our favorite things ever. One of our favorite mods ever is just because it's so simple. It's perfect. It's everything we've needed in a HUD right there, and it's worked for us from Alpha 18 all the way to now. Over the course of the channel's been going for 3 years now, something like that. And you know, here we are. So it's perfect for us. And that's it, folks. That is our top 10 server-side mods. We hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think. But have fun, take it easy, and we'll see you next time.